Did you know that Cinderella has her very own horse on Prince Charming's Regal Carousel? I'm sure there's a lot of things about your favorite Disney princesses that you didn't know exist in the Disney parks. Hello there, and to all who come to this happy place, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Abby, and I make all kinds of Disney informational and planning videos. If you like that sort of content, you're going to want to make sure to hit the red subscribe button down below and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any of my future videos, which come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We all have a favorite Disney princess, whether it's Merida or Rapunzel or Belle or Jasmine. There is an experience for every princess. And as a travel agent and complete Disney fanatic, I want to make sure that you don't miss out on anything on your next Disney vacation, which is why I started this series. So this is the third video. I've kind of broken it down by fandom within the bigger Disney fandom. The first video was on the Pixar experiences, the second was Star Wars, and videos 3 and 4 will be the princesses. So this is going to be a two-part video because, as we all know, Disney's kind of all about the princesses. So there's an awful lot to go over. We are going to get started in Magic Kingdom. So part 1 is going to be all of the princess things that you can do in Magic Kingdom. And then part 2 is going to be all 3 of the other parks as well as the resorts and Disney Springs, because Magic Kingdom has more than all of them put together, which is crazy. So let's get started in Fantasyland. As I mentioned, you'll want to take a ride on Prince Charming's Regal Carousel. On the carousel, there's actually a horse that was dedicated to Cinderella by her prince. And you'll know that this is Cinderella's horse because she has a gold ribbon tied around her tail. You have to kind of keep a lookout for her. I will give you a hint, she is not on the outside. She's actually inside, so you can't like see her super easily from the line. So you kind of have to go digging, but if you go in and go to the left, you should be able to find her. The next ride that you'll want to hit is Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. If you couldn't guess, this is a Little Mermaid themed ride and takes you inside all of your favorite songs from the movie. After that, you can head right next door to Ariel's Grotto, where you can go under the sea and meet Ariel herself. The next thing you'll want to do is go over to Princess Fairy Tale Hall. In Princess Fairy Tale Hall, you will have 2 different options. You can go to the right or to the left, and you can meet Rapunzel and Tiana, or you can meet Elena and Cinderella. Now, they will occasionally change out the princesses, so always make sure to check the sign outside. It tells you who is meeting today. Sometimes you'll even get to see a mystery princess if one of the others is busy. When you come out of Princess Fairy Tale Hall, it's a great time to pop into Cinderella's castle. While you can't go up in the castle, per se, you can walk right through to the stage where they do another show that I will talk about in a little while. But on the right-hand side, if you're coming from Fantasyland, there is a mosaic display of the story of Cinderella, and it's really pretty and fun to take pictures with, so you definitely don't want to miss that. While you're in the castle, why not take a trip into the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique with your little princess? Kids under the age of 12 can get a princess makeover here, and boys can get dressed up as a knight in shining armor. So this is good for your prince or your princess. The last activity in the castle is going to be having a meal at Cinderella's royal table. You can do breakfast, lunch, or dinner here, and you'll get to eat with all your favorite Disney princesses. You'll also want to head into Castle Couture, which is right across from the carousel. It's across from Princess Fairy Tale Hall. It's like right there in the middle of everything. If you go in here and you find a nice cast member and you ask nicely, they just might pixie dust you. Pixie dusting is when the fairy godmothers in training sprinkle you with some pixie dust and have you make a wish, and then you are covered in sparkles for about a month and a half. It's fantastic. You will also want to pop into Mickey's PhilharMagic. While this is not a princess exclusive experience, Jasmine and Ariel both make an appearance during the show. Don't forget to head over to Enchanted Tales with Belle, where you can help Lumiere surprise Belle with a reenactment of the day she and the Beast fell in love. Kids can participate, adults can participate, and then you get to take a picture with Belle at the end. This is the only way to have a meet and greet with Belle in Magic Kingdom. If you're a Beauty and the Beast fan, you'll also want to head over to Gaston's Tavern for some LeFou's brew, and they have these amazing cinnamon rolls there that you definitely don't want to miss. And while you're over there, why not get in line to meet Gaston? He meets over there as well, and there's also a dedicated Beauty and the Beast gift shop. The last thing you'll want to do in Fantasyland is ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This is based on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, if you couldn't guess. While Snow White's not really in it a ton, it goes along with the story, and let's be real, the dwarves are the favorite in that movie, aren't they? Now, before you stray too far from Fantasyland, you definitely want to visit the Fairy Tale Garden to meet Merida. She's kind of located where Tomorrowland and Fantasyland and the Castle Hub all kind of come together. So don't forget to see her. She's kind of easy to miss if you don't know where she is, but check your map, check your times guide, and check the My Disney Experience app. And of course, a cast member will be more than happy to help you find her. I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Which princess is your favorite to meet with in the parks? You'll have to head down to the comments to find out which one mine is. If I can pick one. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to think about it. For an inside look at a lot of these different princess experiences, you'll want to click the link in the description or in the cards up here, because I actually vlogged a day that we did an awful lot of these things. We took 3 of my little cousins for their first visit to Disney last summer, and it was super magical and super princessy, which I love. Now, we're gonna head over to Adventureland. Most of the princess stuff is in Fantasyland, but we can't forget about all of the things that are outside of Fantasyland. So in Adventureland, you can ride the Magic Carpets of Aladdin. This is a ride very similar to Dumbo, but instead of riding on Dumbo the flying elephant, you are riding on a magic carpet. And while Jasmine's not really in it, it's still very Aladdin-y, and that's a princess movie, so I'm gonna count it. But right next to the ride, Jasmine and Aladdin actually do meet and greets. So this is a great way to see Jasmine. This is one of only 2 places that you can meet either of them, and they meet together, so that's super fun. You get to knock out 2 characters at once, which is super efficient. Finally, in Adventureland, you can also do Pirates League with your kids. Boys can get dressed up as pirates, but they also have a mermaid makeover, which is super fun for little girls, and can sometimes be easier to get into than Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique if you're having trouble getting a reservation. Next, you're going to want to make sure you hit the hub, and the hub is the area around the Partners statue right in front of the castle. In the hub, they have multiple different shows. So you're gonna have the Mickey's Royal Friendship Fair, which is adorable. There will be a visit from 3 of your favorite movie casts, all 3 of which are princess movies. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's super cute. And there's a really catchy song that I can never get out of my head. The next 2 I'm gonna say you should watch from the hub, but really you can watch these from all over the park. So the Festival of Fantasy Parade actually steps off in Frontierland right next to Splash Mountain and comes up through Liberty Square and then down Main Street. So it comes right in front of the castle and then down toward the flagpole. So you can watch anywhere along that route, but my personal favorite place to watch it is from the hub and from Main Street. And lastly, there is the Nighttime Spectacular Happily Ever After. This is a fireworks projection show that you can only really see the projections from the hub area and Main Street. A really great thing to do if it's in your budget is to do the Happily Ever After dessert party, because you get reserved seating for the show and you also get lots of dessert. A few honorable mentions. Snow White actually meets in between Guest Relations, which is inside of City Hall, and the Chamber of Commerce. So she meets on and off throughout the year. Sometimes she gets switched out with someone else, like during Easter, the Easter Bunny is there instead. But if you check the My Disney Experience app, you'll be able to get all of her meeting times throughout the day. And last but not least, don't forget to use your memory maker, which if you don't know what that is, I will leave a video up there for you to check out. But part of Memory Maker is magic shots, and in a lot of magic shots, you will have some favorite Disney sidekicks popping up. So I've actually had my picture taken with Pascal, Lumiere, Chip, Sebastian, and Prince Naveen. That's all I can think of off the top of my head, but I get new magic shots all the time. So if you have Memory Maker, you definitely don't want to skip out on that. And you can always ask for magic shots if the photographer hasn't done them. You'll be able to know that they have done a magic shot because they will kind of play with their little thing before they take your picture. Or they'll tell you to look down at your hands and look surprised or point, or, you know, you'll know when they're taking a magic shot. So now that you know all of the things that you can do related to the princesses in Magic Kingdom, make sure that you are subscribed with your notifications turned on so that you don't miss part 2, because there's a ton in the other parks and the resorts as well. Like I mentioned before, you'll also be able to download a free printable checklist in that video. Let me know in the comments down below how you like to go about meeting the princesses. Do you go for something like Cinderella's Royal Table, where you can knock them all out during a meal? Or do you use your fast passes? Or are you just kind of a standby person? Or maybe you skip them altogether? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below. Don't forget to check out the rest of this series if you have not already. I will leave the playlist linked in the description. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. I can't wait to chat with you guys in the comments, and I will talk to you with another video on Tuesday. Have a magical weekend. Bye.